and welcome to church. Church is where we get together to love God and love and encourage each other. Happy holidays, everyone. I know that this term has felt so massive. I'm so glad you're on holidays now. I hope you've had a good week. Let's see what Marv and Mav are doing today.
So this story is about a girl named Esther, and it comes from the book of Esther in the Bible. Esther was Jewish. That means she was an Israelite. She lived in the land of Persia, away from Israel, with her older cousin Mordecai. Here she is here, having a chat to Mordecai. The king of Persia needed a new queen. He announced, "Bring me the most beautiful women from all over my kingdom."
Did you go, Maeve?
Oh, Marv, of course I didn't go, silly. That was a very long time ago.
Well, you know spring chicken, Maeve. You've been around for a while.
How rude. Anyway, Esther was one of the women sent to the palace. When the king met Esther, he chose her to be his queen. Oh, look, here she is with a beautiful ring that the king has given her. Haman was the king's chief helper. He hated the Jewish people. They were God's people. Haman wanted everyone to bow down to him. One day, Mordecai refused to bow down to Haman, just like these men were bowing down. Mordecai has refused. Mordecai would only bow down to God. This made Haman very angry. He went to the king and he said, "The Jews are a bad people." He looks a bit suspicious, don't you think, Marv? Look at him,
very
here at the
suspicious.
king. Yes. He said to the king, "You should sign a law that will help me get rid of them." Oh my dear, that's terrible. So the king signed the new law. God's people were in great danger. Mordecai heard about the new law. He ran to tell Esther, "You must save yourself and the rest of God's people. Perhaps God has made you the queen for this reason." So Esther, who was very smart, came up with a plan. It would be very risky for her and she would need to be very brave.
Brave like a ninja, Maeve?
Oh, absolutely brave like a
Brave
ninja.
Maeve!
Brave Maeve, I like the sound of that. Well, Esther invited the king and Haman to a special dinner. Oh, look, they've got some yummy food here.
I do like my dinners.
Yes, I know that, Marv. Then she asked the king, why does Haman want to get rid of me? The king was surprised. She said, I am Jewish. Haman tricked you into signing a new law that would get rid of all of the Jews. The king told his guards, arrest Haman. Then he made Mordecai his new chief helper. He told Queen Esther, I will make a new law that will keep you and your people safe. God used Esther to save his people.
Well, another grand story you've got from your Bible there, Maeve.
I
Very
know.
grand.
Yes, it was very grand. Did you know what I liked about that story, Marv?
The pickaxing.
No, there was no pickaxing in there, silly Marv. I really loved learning. I found Queen Esther was very inspirational on how to be brave. I felt that she was so brave and she put herself in so much danger to save her people. And it has really inspired me to be the best Grandma Ninja I could ever be, and to be brave and to be bold and to go out and know that God is on my side, just like he was on Esther's side.
Maybe I should make a pickaxe for her. Do you think she'd like it?
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, maybe if you're going to be so brave, I'll call you Brave Maeve from now on. How do you like that, Brave Maeve?
Well, thank you, Brave Maeve and Marv. They're so funny. Now, I really like the name Esther. I actually called my daughter Esther after Queen Esther in the Bible because Queen Esther is brave and smart and she does what God asks her to do. And I really want that for my daughter growing up. So that is why we called her Esther. There you go. Now, when Esther went to the king, she knew that it was going to be really dangerous. She knew that if she told the king who she was, and if he decided not to go against the rules, then she would probably be put to death. But she chose to do it anyway because she needed to save her people, and she knew that God wanted that for her life. Now, we don't live in a time where we get put to death for things in Australia, but we sometimes need to be brave too. It's bravery to try something new or to talk to someone who you don't normally get to talk to, or it's bravery to do something that people don't think is maybe that popular, or even just to talk to that person who no one normally talks to, or who is a little bit different. Now, we have to be brave sometimes, but we can be brave because we know that God is with us and because he's always by our side. So, how are you going to be brave this week? Will you try something new? Or maybe you can talk to that person who you wouldn't normally talk to. There's heaps of different ways to be brave. So, while you think about it, how about I pray for you all? God, help us to be brave like Queen Esther. Help us to remember that you're always by our side and that you love us and you never want to leave us. And God, we just thank you that you're a part of our church, and that when we come together as a church, we can be encouraged to be brave together. We can be encouraged to love each other the way that you want us to, and we can be encouraged to love others the way you want us to as well. So, we thank you for holidays. Amen. Well, that's it for this week, guys. I hope you have an amazing first week of holidays, and I will see you all next week when we have a look at what Marv and Maeve are doing next. But I want you to keep an eye out because in the last week of school holidays, I want to do something awesome with you. So Be ready. All the details will come out next week. Okay, have a great week, guys.